Hi guys. I'm going to do this in sections and I'm doing finishing. Oh, hi Miss Sula. Yeah, I always have strange things happening around. This is going to be a needlepoint finishing. And usually this could be a stand-up, but my customer didn't put a total background around it because like if you wanted to do a stand-up, you would have stitched a dome shape around this or some other shape, so you would have something to stitch into. So we're going to do this as a stitched, see if we can focus it so you can see it better. This is going to be a stitch shape, and I'm going to make it as a hanging ornament instead of a standing ornament because I'm going to cut it close to the stitching. Now, scary bit, cutting into your stitching. We're going to cut about 4 to 6 canvas threads to the outside of the piece. As you can see, let's see if we can bring this in so you can see it up close. About that, it doesn't have to be totally exact because you're going to clip this and turn it back under close to the stitching. And I will tack stitch this down, but let me show you because I'm going to cut around the shape. Not too close, but we will clip where all of the turns are so we can turn this under in the back and we will stitch this down, and I will show you that in the second part of this. This is first part number 1. So yeah, you're seeing the back. I probably should have done this over my head so you guys could just see me cutting it, but hey, I'm not totally perfect, and you know me, I just do whatever. So we have, yes, all my scary bits, cut this out. So we want to turn this up under. So see and you're going to clip in the ditches. Now we want this bottom to turn up. Now if I clip this way, we're going to have this bit of canvas hanging on. So I'm going to clip in this stitch right here all the way up to the stitching. Yes, to the stitching. So I'm going to clip that on both sides. So yes, that means that this turns up under, as you can see. See, it keeps trying to do my face instead of this. This is the first time I've used the cinema whatever on this. I never know the words. So I'm going to turn that up under. That stomping down the stairs you hear and the clicking, clicking, clicking are the dogs running around. All right, I'm going to bend this and see, this shows canvas where it's not wanting to bend close to where the stitching is. So that means that's where I'm going to come back in, and in the ditch between the stitching, I'm going to clip the canvas. Yes, we have a squeaky toy. So then that means that this canvas can go, it turns under. So then we're going to try to turn some more. See right here? See right here where it's starting to, the canvas is showing? That's where we're going to clip, and that's how you tell where you need to clip. You start bending the canvas, and if it doesn't bend in anymore, that's where you clip, because then you get a clean turn of the canvas. And don't panic if you see little bits of canvas sticking out like that, because we can push that back under when we're doing the finishing. You want to not have a lot of those, but you do want to push that under, and we're gonna, your whole goal while you're doing this process, I'm not gonna show you the stitching bit. I will show you that in a little bit because I'm working on another piece, but I will show you how to stitch this under. I just wanted to show you the clipping, and it doesn't matter what it totally looks like on the back side as long as it doesn't affect the front side. But see, we're trying to push this in again. Look, we're gonna need to clip all the way through there. So we're gonna take our scissors, and you want to cut in the back of your scissors when you're cutting up close to anything, because if you clip at the tip, you can't control where the tip is going to go, and you can cut into your stitching. So see how I'm holding it in the back part, and I'm clipping up to the stitching and stopping. So that means that I can take this and push it down, and voila, we are only seeing the stitching, not the canvas. Now, it's not totally perfect because I haven't stitched everything down, but see how that's taking shape? And again, we push here and see how that's not going to work. So, and you have to be careful because you're going to cut for 99% of the time, you need to cut vertically and horizontally. And you have to make sure when you're clipping that you don't clip a section here and then clip one here where you're going to make the canvas go away. You don't want to do that. So you need to be mindful of where you're clipping. There are a very few times when you're going to have to cut across the angle, and that means that you're going to have to play with little bits of canvas that are hanging out. And around this part of the roundness of the guy, we're gonna have to be careful because we're gonna go up to the hand. That's where we're going to run into an issue. So see where I cut horizontally, I'm gonna have to cut vertically to get up to the hand. See, if I had, so that's gonna make this little bit where we can turn it back. There isn't a lot of canvas. I'm gonna have to stitch really a whole lot to make this go towards the back, but that was the only way to get that to go up. And then we're going to make this one section go up. We're gonna have to play with making that little piece of canvas that's showing go into the back. That's where the magic of working with stitching it down in the back is gonna happen. Yes, that's my dog and his squeaky toy. So we've got all this bit of, I'm gonna clip some of this canvas off so we're not shoving all of this around the hand. But we're gonna make this go up in here, we're gonna keep the stitching out so it can be seen, but we're gonna round this off from the back when we're stitching it down. Now that's what I'm gonna do all the way around this, and I will come back and show you what it looks like, and I'll show you how to stitch it down, or how I'm stitching it down on one of the pieces that I'm working with. So I just wanted to let you know that on canvas you can do this, and you can stitch up to the cut up to the stitching. To be very careful, but you can make that canvas go down by piercing it and stitching it down. And I use all-purpose, usually white thread. That usually, and when you're doing it, you're going to leave that basting in because you're going to baste everything in, and you leave that basting in so you don't, so you make sure you don't go to the front because it's going to stay in, because we're going to cut this shape out of mat board, and then we're going to use that mat board to cut batting in your back and etc. So this is going to be the shape of everything. This is going to be like our little template once we get it all stitched up. So this guy will be looking much better when you see him next time. Thanks for joining me, and I'm going to show you how to stitch the back on the next one. Thank you. Bye.